everybody, Peppermint here, and welcome back to another episode of DoraKone. We're on the last route of the game, Brin's route, so I've gone ahead and brought us to the first choice that will get us on her path. So we're going to agree with Brin and say the best way to play DoraKone is to actually play the game instead of spending money like Hanori likes to do. So the best way is to actually play the game. You get to walk around a lot. You also value your items more, and you have to strategize when to use them since it's limited. It's like spending hours grinding in an MMO for that sweet, sweet level up. Brin pumps a fist, striking a heroic pose. That's exactly it! Although I have no idea what you mean by grinding in an MMO, but it sounds like satisfying hard work. You don't know what an MMO is? I think that's pretty common knowledge these days, right? Or is that just because all my friends are nerds? I don't know. Hanori and I exchange a surprised glance. Are you not familiar with video games? Not really. I sometimes play with my younger brother. I downloaded this one because it looked really cool. Filthy casual. Wow, I kind of agree with Hanori there. Hey, I might not be familiar with video games in general, but I know everything about DraCo thanks to all my hard work and actually playing it instead of throwing money and getting everything handed to you. Well, unlike you, I don't have the time to go in depth with DraCo, so you shouldn't judge how I play. I have classes, family, and actual social life. Plus, I'm supporting the developers by paying so they can continue to update and keep your precious game running. Hanori's phone vibrates and she swipes the screen to read it. Speaking of my busy life. She stands up and drops the empty cup into the trash. I have to go. I need to talk to my father about an upcoming trip to Canada. Excuse me. The chime signals Hanori's departure, and Brin crosses her arms, tilting her head in confusion. Canada? Why would anyone want to go there? Wow, I actually always wanted to live in Canada. I mean, from what I've heard, everyone in Canada is like super nice, and other than being cold, why wouldn't you want to go to Canada? I guess her constant traveling isn't always a perk. Wow, so much Canada hate. She even left before her bait was used up. We check our phones. There's still 20 minutes of the Dragon Collectathon. There's even a group of players loitering outside the window, drawn to the meat just like the monsters, much to Glenn's dismay. I guess it doesn't matter, since she can just buy more. Alright, I'm gonna turn her mercy bait into a chance to defeat her. She sits down at the table and eagerly starts tapping away at her phone. Since my own collection is pitiful, I might as well take this opportunity too. Okay, so now we're gonna pick where we want to go, and we're gonna stay at the latest scoop, and I'm pretty sure we've seen this part already because Rayan is also going to be here, but let's just make sure that there's no repeated dialogue before I start skipping. So I already missed that bait Hanori dropped. I'm barely catching anything now. I watch Brin staring at her phone like she's willing it to explode. She keeps tapping away before letting out a frustrated groan. I should probably order another ice cream before Glenn starts giving me his death stare. Curse you, Hanori! I'll claim back this territory yet. Once I revive all my dragons, yours KO'd. I don't need to check my phone to know that Ginger Angel has claimed most of the territories in this area again. Her name has quickly become a familiar sight whenever I play. Okay, so we've seen this part. This is when Rayan comes in and we help her order ice cream, and we find out that Glenn is Brin's cousin and that he's gay, like everyone else in this game. Okay, so now we're coming to the choice where we can either agree with Brin or Rayan, say that we prefer bonding with dragons or battling. So this time we're going to say battling. I like the battling, although I still need to reach level 5 and choose an element before I can join the fray. I plan to assemble a team of awesome dragons. Exactly! I only keep the strongest in my roster. I throw out all the weak ones. Oh, but I like all of my dragons. You'll have to release them eventually. There's a limit to how many you can keep, even with the expansions. I know, but it's so sad. She doesn't possess the heart of the battler at all. Either way, stats and battling are a huge part of the game, especially since there will be tournaments devoted for it. She stands and points dramatically, getting all fired up. And now I plan to dominate all of the over 18 brackets too. Okay, so now we're gonna find out that Brin is younger than Rayan, which is super surprising because she's like ridiculously tall. Okay, and let's skip this part. Alright, so now we're gonna get to some new scenes, so I'm excited about that. We're going to go to the hills and meet Brin. I'm starting to think this was a bad idea. I sigh and glance at the DraCo map, which is totally barren, void of dragons or any other activity. I guess it makes more sense to have all this stuff happening in actual civilization. Something pops up when I look down, excited. Finally! It's this way! I start walking a little off the beaten trail, as then I hear someone hiking up the hill from the other direction. In a second, I'm face to face with Brin, standing right at the dragon's capture point. Yo! Yay, I'm not the only one here! Capturing dragons too? She nods and we both tap the dragon icon on our devices. We fall silent as we focus on throwing nets at it. Brin cheers. It takes me one more attempt, but then the dragon is added to my collection. I'm currently exploring every nook and cranny of this town, trying to find the best locations for dragons. But nothing really spawns out in the hills. Sure, you can get some mega rare and strong dragons, but overall you have better luck camping in the plaza. I wish they focused on locations outside cities and towns, too. It does make sense, though, or that'd be nice if they did. I don't know. I guess it makes sense. Most people aren't gonna go climbing the mountains to find virtual dragons. It does make sense, though. But it makes more sense to focus on where the people are. I know, but where is the sense of adventure? Games like this are meant for exploring the unknown. Push people outside their comfort zone to capture some elusive dragons. Maybe the developers didn't want people to do something foolhardy, like climbing into a tiger's den at the zoo or wandering near cliffs. And that's why all of the activity is in safe, human-populated places like shops and downtown. Brin frowns but absorbs what I say. I guess you raised a good point. That, and to avoid connection issues, the reception isn't always great once you leave town. In the end, it's still a video game. Even if it encourages walking, it's not exactly a necessity. It makes sense to stick to urban areas. True, I couldn't even drag my brother outside. You wanted to play this with your little brother? Yeah, see, we're siblings, but we couldn't be more different. I play football, he plays computer games. He likes cats, I prefer dogs. I dip my fries in chocolate milkshake while he thinks it's an abomination. That's disgusting. I don't know if we can be friends, Brin. So I thought we could meet halfway with this game, but nope. She shrugs, lifting her hands up in an oh well manner. But I'm having fun playing, with or without him. Maybe he'll come around one day. She starts hiking, then stops to glance my way. Think you can keep up? Please, this is nothing. I average 20k steps a day. I flash the wearable on my wrist, and Brin grins broadly. Brin grins broadly. Say that 3 times fast. Revealing a similar device attached to her belt. I'm always first place on my friend rankings. We'll see about that now. We explore the hills while trying to avoid the places with the weakest reception. Hardly anything shows up though, which is a little disheartening. As we backtrack, our phones vibrate. We quickly assess the new dragon. Pass, looks too weak. I'll catch it. I really need to gain experience. After a few attempts, the net stays, and I grin triumphantly. Even if we're not finding many dragons here, I'm still having fun with Brin. My screen starts flashing, and I curiously read the text. Oh, I reached level 5! I look at the colorless coin next to my avatar as my finger hovers hesitantly over it. Should I pick my element now? I still can't decide. There's no rush. Why don't we celebrate with ice cream while you think it over? You read my mind. I was planning to do that. Brin frowns, then shoves her phone into her pocket. Let's hurry. My territory count just dropped, and I think I know why. I feel like Brin and Dulce are actually, like, the best suited couple for each other. Like, Rain is my favorite character because I can relate to her so much, but Brin and Dulce seem to have a lot in common. Hanore! Hanore is at the table, eating ice cream from a cup. She looks up startled, then smiles when she sees who it is. I see Rayan making herself as small as possible in the corner, already anticipating the bickering. She also looks exhausted. Greetings! I recaptured the territories that are rightfully mine. Couldn't you at least wait another 20 minutes? I was so close to collecting a scale bonus. I need those. I don't see why you need to claim territories when you can just buy everything. Simple. I like winning. Brin checks her phone and groans. Ugh, this is the same dragon that took me 30 minutes to take down. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Oh yes, I enjoy crushing people beneath my heels like ants. I bet you actually do that too. Do what? Step on ants. Ew, no. I'm not that ruthless. Besides, I wouldn't want to get my shoes all dirty. Everyone, can I please have your attention? Okay, so once again, we have to pick an element, and I'm gonna go with Earth again, because it's worked so far, so I'm not gonna change anything. If you want to pick a different element, you are free to play this game, but if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Okay, so now we're gonna buy our mint chocolate chip ice cream. I got this. And of course, Brin's gonna offer to pay for us. You sure? Of course. This is your victory, so consider this a prize. I humbly accept this cold treat as my trophy. Alright, so we've seen this part. Okay, so we'll do one more scene with Brin this episode. Now that I'm level 5, let's try this battling thing. I walk through the crowded plaza, watching out for trainers sitting on the grass or walking aimlessly with their eyes glued to their phones. I scan the territories and sigh over the attack stats of all the dragons stationed on them. So many of these trainers are 3 times my level. Fire and wind have an equal claim over many of the territories, no surprise, but there are a few areas taken by earth and the odd water. I hear a shout and know who it is before I even see the person. Aha! Finally! That was such a cheap dragon. I approach Brin, watching in amusement as she stands akimbo like a victorious action hero. Not in the hills this time? Dulce! Watch in amazement as my username spreads across the land. I clap politely, oohing and awing. The battles must be fierce here. No thanks to Honore. Depending on which dragons she places, it can take up to 6 victories to claim a territory back. And then she steals them back so fast. I don't know how she does it. It's like she's omnipotent. We know how she does it. Sometimes I swear I can hear her laugh. While Brin rambles, I look at my screen and notice the territory is called Plaza Playground, complete with a picture of the giant slide. I feel bad for any kids playing. I guess all's fair in love and DraCo. On to the next one. You can join me if you like. We take a few steps, but she halts, slapping her forehead. Shoot, need to revive all these guys first. While she organizes things, I stare at the territory claimed by destined Brin. Should I just go for it? I'll probably lose, but I'll learn it faster this way. Ooh, we can challenge Brin's territory, or we can watch her first. I want to challenge her. Plus, I feel like she would like that if we were, like, just as competitive as she is. I'll go for it. I tap the territory twice, which prompts the challenge selection. It leads me to a menu where I get to pick my dragons. After selecting a team of what I hope are strong dragons, the battle begins. Tiny hovers before a giant fire drake as I stare at the rather minimal menu. How do I attack? I start randomly tapping and swiping, and it seems to activate various attacks. However, Brin's dragon has already engulfed Tiny in flames. Oh. What are you doing? I'm sorry. I was curious and never battled before. Oh, God. She just got so close. Brin leans in, her head a mere inches from my temple. Her ponytail tickles my shoulder. You can't beat me like this. Here, once you lose, I'll help you. Really? Yeah, I'll give you some strat tips. Wow, you'll tell me how to win against you? I won't reveal everything. Besides, I can claim the territory back from you once you're done. Wait, we should do territory bouncing. Bouncing? It's when different trainers take turns claiming a territory back and forth. You can rack up experience like whoa, and even get a few skills for being active in the battle community. Great! My team, unsurprisingly, is wiped out immediately. Afterwards, Brin gets to work pointing out dragons of mine that have the advantage over hers. It takes a while. All of my dragons are still weak, but I managed to whittle down Blaze, her fire drake, and claim a territory for my own. I did it! Oh, and I have to add a dragon too. This one. I add Tiny and smile as my avatar, Doki Doki Dulce, and my partner stand proudly on the brown-colored mountain. You know, you can still change your username. Never. The victory is short-lived. Brin wipes my dragon out in a flash. I should have taken a screenshot. I'll add a weaker dragon so you're not struggling so much. Thanks. After this, let's go to the next one. We spend the afternoon claiming territories. Well, mostly Brin. I do manage to snag a few, but the kids at the playground claim them back in under 10 minutes. Still, I have a lot of fun. When every trace of Ginger Angel is wiped from the plaza, Brin pumps a fist in the air. Yes! Another score for me! Suck it, whale! Whale? That's not very nice. I'm not talking about her appearance. A whale is someone who spends a lot of money in a free-to-play game and has the advantage. Or so I read. Oh, right. She did mention she purchases her items. Suddenly, Brin's stomach growls. I guess I should go. I can't be a winner on an empty stomach. I'll see you around, Dulce. See you later, and thanks again for teaching me. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here, you guys. Brin's route is kind of different than the other two so far. It's more about playing the game than our relationship, which is kind of cool because that's why I was interested in this game in the first place. It's like a Pokemon Go dating sim. So it'll be interesting to see how our relationship blossoms in the future. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day!